Tell me about the worst cruise experience you ever had. I'll go first. Let me preface this by saying I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash from the Norwegian warriors, but the fact of the matter is I just didn't have a good experience. For starters, let's talk about the stateroom. The layout on this ship was extremely weird. The shower and the toilet were separated and the sink was not connected to either one. They were separated from the rest of the room by a curtain, but that means if somebody came into the room from the outside while you were in the bathroom, that would make for a very awkward time. We also were extremely allergic to the stateroom, which I've never had an issue with before. Next, let's talk about the nightlife. Never have I ever been on a ship where the nightclub closes down early. I'm talking closes at 12:30 because nobody is there. Next, this was the most disorganized ship I've ever been on in my life. We'll get into it more when I talk about disembarkation, but the whole ship was just a big free-for-all. Most of the wait staff and crew were not very engaging, but they also had done back-to-back ships, so I like to keep that in mind. My cabin stewardess really had an attitude for most of the time, but luckily the stewardess next door was very helpful, and obviously we gave her a very nice tip for going out of her way to make sure that we had a great time. There was also a host for the main dining room that was very disrespectful, and lucky us, we got to see him every single day that we were on the cruise ship. Literally everything was an upsell, and I could see if you're paying for better quality, for more efficiency, but literally the things that you had to pay for on this ship were not worth it, and they were extremely overpriced for the quality that you were getting. The excursions were double and triple the price of other cruise lines I've been on, and y'all know that all cruise lines already jack up the price of excursions as is, so that's insane. Woo, child, let's talk about disembarkation. When I tell y'all we were given no instructions, no directions on where to go, the process, nothing until the morning of, and it was absolute and utter chaos. Everyone was being given different directions. They just kept calling other disembarkation letters, even though we were all in a big standstill for hours. People were being sent into the middle of the line. Nobody knew where they were going. Everybody was being told different directions. It was ridiculous. Honestly, I had really high expectations for Norwegian just because everybody talks about how upscale it is. I've never been on a ship where I wanted to leave before the vacation was over, but it's giving very much stick to Carnival. This is Travel with Rakaya. Follow me for more.